Welcome back everyone, my name is Annette. This video is going to be a bit different from the video I made before. I thought it would have been nice to make a new playlist where we are going to address topics that not necessarily address philosophical questions or spiritual questions, but just something that might be useful in our everyday life. So this video is going to be about hair loss. And I think it's important to talk about this topic because I've seen a lot of people making videos about hair loss, and it seemed like something that happened to a lot of people in the past couple of years. And I thought I was alone, but apparently I wasn't. And I tried to follow a lot of recommendations I found, but in the end, I found my way to solve the issue. I'm going to tell you, of course. I also want to address a bit what my story is with hair, because I think it's important to do so, so that people that watch the video can or cannot relate to what I did to my hair as well. Let's start by saying that I always cared about my hair, and I also always lost a lot of hair in my life. I'm the type of person who loses a lot of hair. It's just like how your hair is, and yeah, and I've always been kind of obsessed with that in a way as well, because I remember when I was much younger, when I was a teenager or a bit younger as well, that my friends didn't lose that much hair and they all had like this full head of hair, and I wasn't like that. So I kind of was a bit worried about that. So when I was younger, I became obsessed with the idea that I was going to lose all my hair, and I started to use a lot of products to stop my hair loss, until the point where I was like, I'm fed up with my parents spending money on these products, and they don't work. If I have to be bald in the future, fine, I can't do anything about that. And since I stopped using those products, I didn't get bald, but yeah, that was just my normal hair falls. And I had few years where I really lost a lot of hair, and they were super thin. But that was related to my eating disorder, so that was normal in that sense, because I wasn't eating enough nutrients, and I deprived my body for so many years that of course my hair started to fall. And of course when I started to recover, then I had all my hair growing, and I had like this, I call that like a cloud, because I literally had a lot of hair growing back, and all it took was just getting back eating healthy and eating enough food. So I didn't take any specific supplements or like shampoos or products. It was just like eating, like literally just eating enough. And when it comes to like dyeing your hair or like doing hairstyles, I never dyed my hair until a few years ago. I just did henna sometimes in the past. And yeah, maybe I was dyeing my bang when I was younger, but nothing like serious. And I just, sometimes I straighten them because my hair are naturally curly. So yeah, I never did anything special to my hair. I always had them long, but they kept breaking. I mean, they weren't the healthiest. Even if I tried my best, I was doing things wrong. And yeah, I adjusted things throughout the years, but that's not the goal of this video. Until 2018, where I cut them for the first time from like my waistline to like my shoulders, and that was okay. But then I started, like to dye them like with some blonde highlights. I just did many things. I had dreadlocks, like fake dreadlocks, and of course they took off a lot of my hair, and I went to the wrong hairdresser. She just dyed my hair like dark red, and I don't know, they were just a mess. In 2020, I decided to bleach them. So I bleached them 3 times in the course of 1 year, but I never touched my roots. So it was always like a balayage, so it didn't affect my hair in that sense. But they were, of course, fried, like horrible. I just decided to let them grow and cutting my hair every once in a while till I got like my hair just like full natural color. And this is like a bit lighter than my natural color. This is my natural color. I don't know if you can see the difference, but it's a bit lighter. But I was born as a redhead, and then they got darker. So this was the story to say that more or less what I'm going to talk about, which is hair loss, wasn't based on like dyeing hair or doing too many hairstyles, because I just don't, and I never bleach my roots, and I always eat healthy and work out, so everything went fine. I was like, I don't know what's happening. So it's just to say that if you are the type of person who has a regular diet and works out, and you don't do anything special to your hair, but still you're losing hair, we are going to discuss what might be the reason and also what you can do about it. Now we're going to the core of this video, which is hair loss and the reason why you might go through hair loss. So in 2020, there was COVID and it was okay, but then I was in the Netherlands at the time because I was studying at university, and then I moved back to Italy in the summer, and then I had the next year up to September 2021, so 1 year and a half, no, 1 year and a few months, where I went back living with my parents. It was very hard, very stressful. I had to study at home. I couldn't leave my house, or just, not as you would do normally. Then in September 2021, I moved in with my boyfriend. So I went to another house, and I was like, okay, it's September, October, might be, seasonal hair fall. Don't stress about that. But then things just kept getting worse, and I kept losing a lot of hair. And when I say a lot of hair, it's literally like every time I was doing that, I had strings of hair in my hands. I don't even start about washing days. Every time I was washing them, it was just like a nightmare, because I was like, I didn't want to stress out, but at the same time, I was like, that's not normal. It's much more than my usual hair fall. And as I said at the beginning, I usually lose a lot of hair, but that was literally too much for me. So I started to research about the reasons, and I thought that my nutrition were okay, my lifestyle was okay. I didn't do anything extra to my hair, and then in that period I was trying to grow them back and cutting them and taking care of them, not doing anything anymore to my hair. So I was like, the only reason might be that I was so much stressed in the past year, and when I moved to a more peaceful situation, my hair just started to fall. And yeah, it's just like I give up by. At that time, about from September through like February 2021, 2022, I wasn't doing anything special. I was just hoping for the best. But then I moved to the Netherlands again to finish my studies in February 2022. Again, and still I wasn't doing anything special until March 2022, where I remember that shower. But it was so much hair, and I was like, this needs to stop because it's too much. And you might wonder, like, did you see like that you had bald spots or something like that? And the answer is yes. So for sure, my hairline started to retract a bit, and I started to have like kind of bald spots here. But I wasn't sure whether I got them from the hair fall or not, because I started to watch pictures in the past, and it seemed I had these bald spots already. I never had like a thick hairline, that for sure. So I wasn't sure, but I also started to have less hair here, and especially when I was washing them, I could see like short hair, those very thin short hair that they might come either from here, or there might be hair that try to grow, but they don't get enough nutrients or whatever, so they fall quicker than other hair. So in March, I was like, I need to do something, and I started to research. And maybe now that I think about that, in the past, I tried a couple of supplements for hair, but they didn't do anything, like literally zero. I just wasted my money. I'm not gonna say the brands but I would say if those supplements are sponsored heavily from influencers and stuff, they might not work. I can't talk for everyone, but most likely they don't work. So yeah, I was like, I need to do something. I didn't want to spend money, but I was like, I don't know what to do. So I started to watching videos, and I selected a series of products that I wanted to use. So I started by like using scrub on my scalp, because they said maybe you need to clean your scalp or whatever. And then I started to put oil on my scalp because it maybe needed nutrients, and washing them like less, or like not styling them that much. And I started to buy specific supplements and using a lot of products basically. Also, like, you know, that product that you need to massage your scalp as well. A cap to sleep at night, like literally everything. I only had one supplement that seemed to work, which I don't remember the brand. I found it in the Netherlands. I didn't find that in Italy, so I don't know if it's something that is sold everywhere or not. But it was just like iron, selenium, and something else. It was not like a big brand. It was just this supplement that was recommended by a friend and actually seemed to work. But then I was like, I don't want to rely on supplements to solve the issue. I don't want to rely on anything. Like, why do I need to spend money to have my hair on my head? So I just stopped that, and I didn't really see a big difference. And also product by product, when I was finishing them, I was like, I'm not gonna buy them anymore because they don't work. So I just stopped using everything again. And then I went back to Italy. I came back to Italy. I graduated, so I was in Italy in July 2022. And at that time, I also had almost all my natural hair back. So it was kind of okay. And I also noticed like less hair falling, but still like I had these bald spots, and yeah. I was like, okay, well, let's see. At that point, I was like, okay, supplements don't work, products don't work. I'm not stressed anymore as before. I'm still eating healthy, working out, whatever. There might be something like genetic, or I don't know, something I don't know, and I couldn't figure out. So I took an appointment at this center in Milan, because I'm living next to Milan, more or less. And they were giving like this free, how do you say, like appointment where you could check your hair, your scalp, your roots or whatever. I was like, okay, let's go, it's free, so why not? And they tested me, like they take some of your hair and they compare them, like what is thinner, where is thinner. I was like, I don't fully trust this doctor. But she was saying things like, oh yeah, you're going to lose your hair here because you're very thin, and saying stuff that I was like, okay, first of all, it's normal that hair are thinner here. It's normal. And also, my hair has always been like that. Like, since I was born, I always had very thin hair here, thicker hair in this area, and thinner hair here, more like regular hair here. So it wasn't something that I thought I was going to lose, because they've always been that way. So they proposed me like to start a treatment that cost like 1,000 or 1,200 euro or something like that, with like, I don't know, some red lights or I don't know, and like some products to put on my scalp. And I was like, okay, it might work, maybe they're right, but I'm still doubting, so I'm not going to do that. So I was just like, let's just try the last time in the way I think it might work. So I was like, okay, if there is a nutrient I might lack, is iron. I wasn't, because my blood tests were okay. I am vegan, and I was like, might be that. Maybe it's not high enough. So I've never had like iron deficiency. So I was like, okay, the only thing I can try is iron supplements and having patience, basically. So what happened? My hair stopped falling. It was, I think, September 2022. Because I finally moved definitely to Italy. First times I saw that I wasn't losing that much hair when I was washing them, but I was like, okay, I don't want to be happy before I am sure about what I'm seeing. So I waited like a month, And I saw that my hair really stopped falling that much. They went back to normal. And I saw a lot of hair growing here. Like, I don't know if you can see, but like I literally have and still have like a lot of hair. And also my line here. My hairline might not be as before, I'm not sure, because as I said, it has never been a thick hairline, so it might be just normal. It might be that I had to lose some hair because, you know, hairline changes also with aging, and then months passed and they just kept improving. As I said, like my hair fall was normal, my hair was growing, till the point I also stopped with iron supplements. And I was like, okay, if my hair starts falling again, then it means I need more iron. If it doesn't, then it means it's not that the issue. And I stopped my iron supplements, I think, a couple of months ago, and nothing really changed. I missed something big. I didn't only use iron supplements, sorry, I also used some files specific for hair loss, and they might have worked as well. They weren't from a big brand. I just found them in the supermarket. I was like, I'm not going to spend money again, a lot of money. So they were like 10 euro and they lasted a month or something, or even more. But I stopped them before I stopped the iron supplement. So my hair kept being healthy. So I was like, they might have helped with stopping hair fall, but I don't have to continue them. Then I stopped iron supplements. My hair kept being healthy. So I was like, iron supplements might work, but it's not necessary because otherwise my hair would fall again, or at least they were useful for a short period of time. So in the end, I came to the conclusion that I didn't have a diagnosis, but I mean, I think that when you leave things on your skin and then you do your research, you can come to a conclusion that is pretty real. I might have had telogen effluvium. Actually, telogen effluvium happens few months after the stressful event. And for me, it took like a year. And so I think it's okay. I think it's like few months, a year after the event, you start to lose your hair. And of course, based on how traumatic, how strong, and how your body reacts, you are going to lose more or less hair. It depends, of course. And then the amount of time that you are experiencing hair loss also changes. Again, might be a few months, a year. In my case, was a full year. So what can I recommend? Of course, check your lifestyle, check if you experience any stressful event, check your blood exams if you have any deficiency or things like that. And in terms of what you can use, the two products that helped me were the iron supplements and those files that I found in the supermarket. I'm not sponsoring, so if you are interested, I can let you know. They might have helped in the short term, but I can say like long term because I stopped using them and my hair are still okay. But yeah, maybe you can try iron supplements, maybe you can try some files without having to spend too much money. Otherwise, the key, unless you have genetic issues, that's out of my suggestion, is just you also need to do your research, as I said, like trying to understand what's the reason. But if you don't have genetic issues, then I think the only key is patience. This is a video that I really wanted to do because I know what's the place of losing hair and not knowing what to do and being like hopeless. I know what it feels. I know what it feels when you're washing your hair and it's just like you have strings of hair going out. But I wanted to help you in believing that this issue can be solved, and also probably warning you about not buying expensive products because you really need time and it's going to be okay to think that it's a shock for your hair and for your body. So the last thing that our body cares about probably is like having nice hair when we are stressed out. It wants to heal our body, wants to heal our mind. So yeah, I think that also might be a reason, like if you leave these stressful moments it's normal that all your nutrients don't go to your hair immediately. So first you need to remove that stress, manage that stress, so your body can flow again back to normal, back to a healthy state. So that's why we need patience, and that's why hair growth doesn't happen from one day to the other, and also why probably products don't really work, because in the end it all has to work inside like your scalp, inside your body. So if you enjoy this type of videos, if you have any question and you would like to address other topics that I can help with, because maybe it's something that I never experienced. But yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know. And I hope this was nice for you and we took this time to talk about something else. And I also ask you to subscribe to the channel, because it's going to be helpful for me and help me grow and help me like sharing more information with you. And don't forget to activate the notification bell so that you won't miss any other video. I also have an Instagram page where I post more regularly and where we can also keep in contact. With that being said, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!